So we're standing to start today. If you have a belt or anything nearby, have that ready to go. And we're just going to come into our breath in a standing position today. So, we don't always have to sit in meditation to be mindful and to come to our breath. You can do that anywhere, anytime. So just to demonstrate that today, we're going to start standing. And even if you want to sway a little bit from foot to foot, just become aware of weight distribution in the feet. When the weight sways on from one foot to the other. And then as you start to evenly distribute the weight in both feet, let the legs engage to feel really strong and stable, engaging the core, lengthening the spine, squeezing the shoulders back, lengthening the neck. Let your hands rest down beside you, or you can bring them to your heart into Anjali Mudra, prayer position, thumbs to the sternum. And just take a few nice deep breaths here, equalizing the length of the inhale with the exhale. Just to get a sense of grounding. So we start from a nice grounded place of awareness. Getting a nice expansion in the lungs and into the rib cage when you breathe in. And then lift, lengthening, exhaling, just allowing yourself to release without collapsing. Relaxing the shoulders down. So always keeping that awareness of keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Squeezing the shoulder blades in behind you just a little bit to draw the shoulders back. Take one more nice deep breath in. And then you can open the eyes, release the hands, and we're going to bring them down and stretch them out and up towards the ceiling. Bring the palms together. Press the palms in so you feel the muscles of the arms tightening up without the shoulders hunching up around the ears. I really want you to concentrate on drawing the shoulders down, squeezing the shoulder blades in at the back so that you're engaging the shoulders but keeping them stable and flat on the back. Press the palms together. It's harder than it looks. Exhale, release. Roll out the shoulders. And then roll them back the other way. Doing it 3 times both ways, but whatever works, just a little shake out. Bring the arms up to shoulder height with the palms facing the floor. Exhale to flip them. Inhale to bring the palms up, press the palms together, squeeze, draw the shoulders down, and then exhale, open the palms, like opening the petals of a flower, palms up, flip the palms, turn them down, and then float all the way back down again. Okay, grab your belts or your straps or your tights or your dressing gown belts or anything you've got there. We're just going to kind of get a little bit of mobility in the shoulders going. So take the belt wide in the hands, so a good bit wider than shoulder width. And we're going to just do this kind of motion. So up and over with one arm, flattening the arms out behind you, and then up and over with the other arm. Okay, so in my case, I'm going forward with my left, up and back, flattening them out, up and back with the right, and forward. Forward with the left and back and forward with the right. Okay, so just do that 2 more times this direction. And release. And then go the other way. So it's forward with the right and back And forward with the left. 3 more rounds. Try and keep the arms as straight as you can. And when you've done those, relax, shake them out. We're going to take it wide again, just bring it up and back and overhead, so this way. So as you inhale, come up, exhale, back, and you're trying to keep your arms level and arms straight. Inhale, come up, forward, and down. So if you are finding this really, really easy, I would suggest you walk your hands in a little bit closer. If you're finding it really hard and you feel like your arms are being ripped out of their sockets, definitely take the belt wider. Okay, that's they're the keys that you're looking for. I'm going to just hold on to the buckle because I'm going to hit myself with it otherwise. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. You feel the heat building. So again, watch the shoulders rising. So keep them down. Inhale up, especially at this point. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale forward. I'm going to leave it at that because I don't want to overwork them just yet. And we will come through our first sun salute. So we're going to get straight to it. Step to the top of your mat. And we will begin. So feet together, legs strong, spine long, shoulders back, squeezing the shoulder blades in towards one another. Just feel that action, drawing the shoulders back so we don't have this round. My shoulders have a real tendency to round forward, but I really, really have to be conscious of it. On the inhale, let's reach the arms up, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward, come into your forward folds. And if you're feeling a bit stiff so far this morning, just soften your knees a little bit, bow in. Inhale, half lift, lengthen your spine. Step back, plank position, hold it. On your exhale, let's just soften the first one, bend your knees. Keep your back straight, core strong, shoulders down, and lower the belly. Inhale, lift to cobra. Exhale, push back to downward dog. And 5 breaths. So just ease in. We haven't done any kind of hamstring warm up. So just use your downward dog to kind of work into the feet a little bit. Maybe take a few pedal steps. Tighten in the tummy, keep the core strong, spine long. And then maybe just get still. Last breath. On your exhale, look forward. Step up to the top of the mat. Inhale into a half lift. Exhale into a fold. Again, knees soft or straight, whatever works for you. Inhale up. Arms reaching up. Looking up, exhale to the heart. That's round 1 of 3. Inhale up, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Step back into plank. Okay, we're going to take our chaturanga, so I want you to be super conscious of your shoulders. Draw the shoulders back and down, bend the elbows, hover. Now either push forward off the toes, or come to the floor and lift a cobra, but otherwise pushing forward off the toes up to upward dog, legs off the mat. Exhale, downward dog. Nice, slow, even deep breath. Last one. On your exhale, looking forward, stepping or even jumping up. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale to your heart. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up. And then we're going to maybe jump back if you want to, but make sure you land with your elbows bent and your shoulders back. Okay, so if you're jumping back, landing like this. Inhale, push forward and up for upward dog, or come to the floor and push to cobra. Exhale, push back to downward dog. Separate your feet, engage your core, lengthen your spine. Soften your knees where needed. So you'll warm up as you go along. If you find that this early in the day, you're feeling a bit stiff, next time you do this, perhaps you can take a few extra stretches before you start. And then on your exhale, let's jump forward or walk forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, closing. Up a little bit. And we're going to just take a moment before we head into our B sun salute to just spend a little extra time on shoulder consciousness, okay? So first of all, I'm going to get you to punch your right arm out, okay? Maybe I'll turn to the side, it'll be a little bit easier to see. Punch forward, so you can see my shoulder coming forward. Lift it up, pull it back, and drop it down. So this is kind of the position. It's back and down is the position you want it to be in. So punch forward, lift up, pull back, and drop down. Okay, or you can just keep the arms straight. Up in the front, up. So sorry, punch forward, lift up, pull back, and drop down. Okay, that's that one. Let's do the same. It's kind of a circular movement. The other one, punch forward, lift up, pull back, drop down. Punch forward, lift up. All coming from the I know it looks like I'm doing it with my hands, but it's the shoulder. Come back, come down, forward, up, back, and down. That's our position, down and back. Okay. And the other thing I want to point out, so thoracic extension is what we're talking about today. So the extension of the upper spine. This has a tendency to round forward. The way the spine is naturally curved that way anyway, but so it curves in here and out to the top of the back. It can get really stiff and it can over round. So we want to try and that's where the shoulders start rounding forwards. We want to try and draw the shoulders back and extend this part of the spine. So I want you to just take a moment to bring your arms into a kind of a cactus shape like this. And then as you bring your elbows forward and your hands back, there's kind of a natural extension and arching of the upper back. So this is the kind of action we want to try and create when we're coming into our kind of arches in our chair pose, and in a while we'll be coming into a lunge for the same kind of action. So we'll start with this and we'll work up to this, okay? So it's like when you do this, the shoulder blades start to tilt in, the tips of the lower parts of your shoulder blades press into your back, and that's what gives you that nice open extension to shoulders and upper back. So let's come to Utkatasana, so into your chair position. So feet together, bending the knees, squeezing the knees together, engaging quads, glutes. And again, we'll start in that cactus shape. Press the elbows forward, hands back, create that lovely openness in the chest, and then stretch the arms up, look up. Tuck your tail, engage your core. Let's hold for another breath. Exhale, bowing forward. Inhale, half lift. Step or jump back. So remember, if you're jumping, landing strong shoulders, strong elbows, hands, push forward, up, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. And then stepping right foot forward, lowering your left heel. Inhale, warrior one. Again, elbows forward, hands back, reaching up. Let's hold it for a breath. Hands down. Plank. Exhale, lower, elbows in. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot forward. Lower your right heel down. Inhale, up. Elbows forward, hands back. Lengthen, strengthen that upper back. Draw the shoulders down. Look up. Hands down. Plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Reset your shoulders. Lengthen your spine. Maybe straighten your legs. 5 breaths. Okay, on the next exhale, looking forward, walking to the top of your mat or jumping. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Sweep your arms up. Elbows bent. Stretch up, look up. And come back to your heart. Take a breath. Now, we're going to vary this one a little bit. I'll just check my notes. What was the plan again? Okay, high lunge. So, let's start again in Utkatasana. Cactus arms, tail tucked. Elbows forward, hands back. Get that nice extension through the upper spine. Bring your palms together. Look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Step or jump back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Step your right foot forward between your hands. Stay up on your left toes this time. Reach up for high lunge. Get steady. You're a little less stable in this position because you don't have your back foot grounded to the mat. Find that elbow hand position, so elbows forward, hands back. Feel that lifting into the sternum. Reach up. Engage your glutes to feel strong here in your base or your core. Engage your quads. Look up. Hold it. A few more breaths. See if you can bend your right knee a little bit more and sink down. Tighten in the tummy. And then hands to your heart, left knee to the floor. We're going to now reach back with our left hand towards our left foot. It might not come to the foot, it might come to the calf. Reaching up with the right hand. So reach up straight away, first of all, get a strength and length through your side. And then maybe arch back a little, lifting into the sternum, working the shoulder back. Maybe sinking the hips forward a little bit more. Okay, come up, lengthen. Now we're going to change hands and take a twist. So the right hand is going to come back. Left hand can come to the outside of your right knee. You might be able to lift your foot. If you need to cushion your knee a little bit, do grab a blanket, roll your mat over, anything like that. So either grabbing your foot and using it to help you twist, or you can just leave it here, bring your hand to your thigh and spin yourself around. Okay, release, reach up, hands down to either side of the foot, step back into downward facing dog. Inhale to plank, exhale chaturanga. Inhale, roll forward and up, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Let's take another breath before we take it to the other side. Okay, left foot forward. High lunge. Strong glutes. Here. Elbows forward, hands back. Open the shoulders. Lift and lengthen through the upper spine. And look up. Maybe sink the hips. Shoulders down. Last breath. Hands to the heart. Right knee to the floor. Then, taking your right hand back towards your right foot. Left arm up. Sink the hips forward. Stretch and lengthen. And then see about working this arm back a little bit more into the shoulder. More arch into the upper spine. Hold it. And breathe. Everyone okay? Okay, coming up, turning it into a twist. So, right arm to the outside of the left knee. Left hand either back to hold on to your right thigh. Right thigh. Or reaching for your right foot. Sink the hips. Twist to the left. Tighten the tummy. And release. Let's take a stretch up first of all. Exhale, hands to either side of your left foot. Step back, downward dog, take a stretch. Inhale, ripple forward into a plank. Exhale, chaturanga, squeeze back your shoulders, squeeze in your elbows, push forward and up to upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. And take 5 nice deep breaths. Look back at your thighs to lengthen your neck. Now next exhale, looking forward, stepping or jumping up. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Bring yourself up again, just practicing that opening of the shoulders, the thoracic, looking up. Extend and exhale to climb. Okay, step your feet wide facing the side of your mat, whichever side you can still see me. And we're going to come into a variation for a triangle first of all, so let's turn the right toes out. It might be, I'll just show you very quickly what we're going to do. So we're doing our triangle, which is this. We're going to come into an Ardha Chandrasana, which is this. And then we're going to come into a variation of holding the foot of kind of a half Ardha Chandrasana, half dancer pose, kicking the foot up and back. Okay, so that's where we're headed. It's easier to get a visual, I think, before we go through those transitions. So make sure you've got space. Reach up. Exhale, reach to the right, so reaching over your right foot. Exhale, bring your right hand down to meet your right leg, whether it's the shin or the ankle or even the foot. And try and open back this left hip as much as possible. Feel a nice stretch through your side. Maybe look up to your left thumb. Strong and stable. Now, Ardha Chandrasana is facing the side. So if you like to come straight into it, bring your hand as far forward as you can in front of your right foot and out to the side a little. Spring up, lift up the left leg, bring it to hip height, point the toes out, and reach up. Hold it here. Draw back this left shoulder as much as possible. Okay, now start to bend the left foot. See if you can bring your hand to the foot, especially around the big toe if you can manage that, which opens back the shoulder. Kick that foot back and just look down actually for this one. Just try and face yourself forward, kick the foot up. Arch the spine, lift into that upper spine as much as possible. Whoop. Keep your gaze down. And then release. Bring the foot back to where it started. Rise up. Change sides. Now I'm going to slide my mat down so I have more space on the other side. Inhale here. Exhale, reach to the other side. Fold to triangle, Trikonasana. Open up. So really feel open in this one. It's lovely open pose. Everything here, opening back this right hip, opening back this right shoulder, and looking up. That's okay in your neck. Maybe going a little deeper. Use your glutes again to kind of strengthen your standing pose. Okay, start to bend your right knee. Stretch your, sorry, not right knee, left knee. Stretch your left arm away from you in front. Start to lift up your right leg. Take all the weight onto the left foot. Try not to fall into the door or any piece of furniture or equipment you've got. It does happen, don't worry. Tighten your tummy, reach up. Nice strong risen leg, so right leg strong, 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 standing leg strong. And then reaching for that foot. Hope I don't kick open the door again. Now, reach for the foot. Face the floor this time. And lift and kick up. So try and find that length into the upper spine, which is what we're looking for. Open back that left shoulder, that right shoulder. Release. Bring the foot down. Come up. Hands to your hips. Turn both toes in. So both feet kind of pigeon-toeing in slightly. Lengthening up. Exhale, fold forward. Maybe today you can bring your hands to your big toe to hook your big toe. Bend your elbows and lift your shoulders up away from your head. So normally I'm telling you to bring your shoulders down, but when you're upside down, it's the other way. Just activate them. Use the muscles of between the shoulder blades to draw them down onto your back. You don't reach your big toes, just take your hands around your shins or calves. Do the same. Now, you bring your hands to the ground in the middle. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale your hands to your waist this time, and inhale, come up. Okay, this time hands behind you, interlace the fingers, stretch the arms back, stretch the shoulders back. Exhale, fold forward, bringing the arms overhead and forward as much as possible. Relax your head. And again, do that action of squeezing the shoulder blades together and drawing them down onto the back, even though you're trying to get the arms forward. You're working with strength and stability. Inhale, start to rise all the way back up. Use your core strength. And release. Shake that one out. Okay, So we're going to spin ourselves around to face the front of your mat, whichever way that is for you. Bring yourself down. We'll take a slow vinyasa. So come into your plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Strong core. Inhale either to the floor and into cobra or forward and up to upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Okay, we're going to come into a forearm plank. So drop your elbows to the ground. Adjust your feet so you can straighten out. Tuck in your tummy. And it's like you're zipping your pubis up towards your heart or your belly, lengthening your tail towards your heels. And again, watch the shoulders. So if they're hunching or rounding, I want you to draw them back, down onto the back, and hold. Now, 2 more breaths. We're going to start to lift the hips and walk into dolphin. So bring the feet in, push the shoulders back. So the shoulders in plank are kind of directly over the elbows. In dolphin, we're going to push the chest back towards the thighs so the shoulders move back a little from the elbows. Knees can be bent or straight. Bent is a little easier generally, especially if you're working the shoulders back. Press the hands into the mat flat, if you can. And then we come back into our plank. 3 more breaths. 1, 2, 3. Drop your knees. Walk your hands back. Think onto your heels. Stretch your arms forward to child's pose. But keep them active. So arms or elbows are off the mat. Shoulders are still drawing down onto the back. So it feels like you're kind of dragging your hands back on the mat. Okay, take the knees a little wider. Bring your elbows to the ground. Walk them as far forward as you can while still being able to sink your hips back onto your heels. Bring your hands into prayer and bring your thumbs back towards your neck to get a good stretch into the triceps. Can you feel that? The further forward you go with your elbows, grip the mat with your elbows, sit your hips back on your heels. Bring your thumbs towards your neck, stretch out, and really again press the shoulder blades down onto the back. And release. Coming up. We'll just take a bit of an upper spinal twist. So we're going to stretch up into the right hand. Open up, lengthen up, tighten in your tummy. Exhale, bring your right arm under your left. Come down onto your right shoulder. Spin your arm up and back for this twist. So if that feels too much in your neck or your shoulders, keep your left hand on the ground, TP up your fingers and just press into that hand to kind of twist you more across the shoulder here, pushing, rolling you a little bit more back onto your right shoulder. Otherwise, wrapping. Left hand back behind you. Might even come to your right thigh and you can hook your hand on there. And just press the back of your hand into your back or into your thigh or buttock, wherever it's come. Okay, let's replace the left hand to the ground. Press into it, inhale, come up. Bring the right hand to the ground. So maybe just a little ahead of your shoulder, not directly under the shoulder. Just give yourself some space to thread through. Inhale, reach up with your left arm. Exhale, thread your left arm under your right, down onto your shoulder. Either teeping up your right fingers and pressing your right shoulder back You're rolling onto your left shoulder some more. Or reaching around, maybe taking hold of your left thigh, or pressing into the back of your left buttock perhaps, or even to the sacrum, wherever your hand's reaching. Just keep that right shoulder rolling up and back. Okay, coming up, tucking the toes, lifting to downward dog. Okay, this one is a toughie, okay? We're going to, it's always good to start that way, isn't it? Telling you how hard something's going to be. We're going to bring ourselves into forearm dog, so dolphin. Okay, so make sure your elbows aren't too wide. So this is our dolphin. Maybe walk in the feet a little. And we're going to press up into dog, trying to keep the chest moving back. Okay, so that wasn't a great demo. We'll lower back down. So watch the shoulders, all coming from the shoulders, okay? So let the shoulders press down onto the back, lower into your dolphin, tightening your tummy. Keep pressing the chest back, lifting into dog. We'll do that a couple more times. Okay, lower down with control. I'm going to open my arms out a little bit more. Into the dolphin. Make sure the control is coming from the shoulders and the upper arms. Inhale, coming to dog without letting the chest come forward. Does that make sense to you? I hope so. Is that okay? Let's try again. Down into dolphin. Pressing up into dog. Can we do it one more time? Okay, let's go. No one's stopping me to say no, so that's a good thing. Down. I came down one elbow at a time there. That's not what I meant to do. Come up, up. I think I've got no more strength in my arms. Let's step the right foot forward. Or actually, let's just, because of the camera angle, let's just step to the top of the mat. Fold in. Inhale, come to standing. Step yourself sideways again. One more standing pose, I think, before we take it to the floor. Okay, so this is a bind, side stretch bind, or Parsvakonasana bound. So we're going to turn the right toes out, left toes in a little, open out. Nice wide stance for this one because we're bending our knee. We don't want our knee to go beyond the ankle. So I'm actually going to take mine a little wider again. Open up, bend the knee. Start here with elbow on the thigh, reach up. Maybe you can look up, palm facing the same way you're facing, the side. Now, turn your palm to face back behind you, wrap it behind you. And again, see if you can get it to your right thigh. Open back your left shoulder. Maybe look up. Then, engaging your core, really make the legs work. See if you can get your hand to the ground. And again, still keep opening back this left shoulder. Open, open, open. Okay, next phase, you might choose to accept or not this mission. It's not a mission impossible though, you'll get there in the end. Wrap your right arm under your right leg, right arm under right leg. Let's try that again. See if you can find your left hand and then continue to open. So what happens often is we find our bind, but we start to collapse forward. I want you to keep that openness facing the side of your mat, to push the hips forward, engage your glutes, open back the shoulders. One more breath. And then bring your right hand back to the ground. Your left arm stretching back up again. Inhale, rise up. Straighten your right leg. Change sides. All good. Take a pause. Roll it together. Bend your, I have to work so much harder for these video classes. In the room, I can walk around and check you all, but I've really got to work for the video. I feel your pain. Sink yourself down, elbow to thigh, palm facing up for this. Right arm reaching up, palm waving. Same direction as you are. So find your openness here. Get this shoulder forward, which is your left shoulder, right? Right shoulder back, so they're stacked one over the other. Same with the hips. Open back the right hip. Keep this bend in your left knee. Flip the palm to face back behind you, so you're kind of internally rotating the shoulder, and then wrap the hand behind you. Bring it to your left thigh if you can. Sink a little deeper. Open, open, open. Right shoulder back. Left hand to the ground. Ground, ground, ground through both feet. So if you feel you're collapsing to the inner arch of your right foot, press now into the outer edge. Okay, let's say we can find our bind on this side. And you might find it worked one side and not the other, or you might find it didn't work last time. It might work this time. Don't give up. Whoop. Why am I falling on this side all the time today? Okay, let's find our bind. Wrap under, open up, keep this bend in your left knee. Keep your core strong. Hold it. Just a couple of breaths. Right shoulder back. And release. Come up. Reach up. Well done. Let's make our way to the floor. We'll take a vinyasa. So spin yourself to face the front of your mat. Hands down. Back to plank. Lower yourself down, chaturanga. Inhale. Push forward, upward dog. Exhale. Downward dog. Come forward to sitting. Now, let's find Paschimottanasana. Take a forward fold. How are we doing for time? We're okay. Right. Engage your legs, lengthen your spine. Take a pause here. A couple of breaths in Dandasana first of all before we take it to Paschimottanasana. Hands are just lightly resting, so it can be on the ground, it can be on your lap. Roll your shoulders back and down, squeeze them into the back. Now reach up, find length, and exhale with core still strong. We're folding forward and reaching forward. Maybe taking hands to feet or to shins, wherever it's reaching. Make sure the shoulders now don't reach forward as well. Try and keep them back. If you like, good action for keeping the shoulders back is if you're reaching your feet, hook your big toe or your hands, and you've got some resistance then, so you can draw your shoulders back. If you're desperately reaching for your feet, your shoulders will nearly always roll forward because you're trying to get that extra inch in your hands. But the thing is, it's not about getting your hands to your feet, because then that's what you're doing, is you're just rounding your spine. It's important to get to your feet with integrity. So try and keep that straight back, shoulders back, and let your hands rest until you've made that stretch to get into the proper forward fold without bringing the shoulders into it. So if you are hooking your big toe, let's try and get the elbows up, shoulders back, and draw ourselves down. And actually, it's drawing yourself forward really rather than down. Now release. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands back behind you. So again, strengthening this position of shoulders back. There's also strengthening, it's quite a stretch for the wrists as well. So see how the wrists are going. You can always walk your hands out to face the sides of your mat, if that makes it easier on your wrists a little bit. I think it does, for me anyway. But my wrists have got a lot of exercise at this stage, so we're nice and open, ready to go. So lift your chest up, draw the shoulders back and down. So all these different arm positions, but the shoulders want to stay the same. Engage your core, point your toes, and lift to Purvottanasana, which is our reverse plank. Hold, squeeze the shoulder blades in, lengthen your neck. And again, you can keep your chest tucked or chin tucked to chest, or you can let your head back or hold it in the middle. Keep lifting the hips and the waist and the chest. And whoo, release down. Bend your knees. We're going to do similar, but with press-ups. Okay, so this time we'll do it with bent knees. Lift the hips. Steady the shoulders, round them back onto the back. Bend your elbows and sink down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. Okay. Woo. Let's come on to our backs. And we'll just roll out the spine a few times with our little bridge flow. So walk your feet in towards your buttocks. Leave a space between your feet. The outer edge of your foot is in line with the outer edge of your hip. So hip distance. Flatten your hands down beside you. Drawing your shoulder blades a little. Flatten them onto the mat. Inhale, lift your hips. Squeeze in the buttocks. Take a pause at the top in your breath and in your physical posture. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lifting the hips up. Sorry if you're hearing a buzzing. I think my phone is ringing silently in a vibrating way. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lower down. And take a moment to pause. Just check the screen. Still recording, that's good. Sometimes calls coming in upsets the recording, so I'm just going to check and come back. Okay, so shoulder stand. So can't have a thoracic shoulder class really without bringing a shoulder stand. So we're going to rock, first of all, into shoulder stand. And I want you to make sure you've got plenty of room behind you to bring your feet back. So I'm going to scoot down my mat because we'll come into plow after our shoulder stand. And then bringing yourself up together, you can get a little rocking momentum going to rock up onto the shoulders. Use your elbows, press them into the ground. And snake up through your spine, onto your shoulders and neck. And then maybe just wiggle your shoulders in underneath you a little bit more, your shoulder blades together. Hands down onto your rib cage as much as possible. So often we'll get them here to the fleshy lower part of our back, our love handles, our buttocks, but we want to try and walk our hands down the back more onto the rib cage so that we can straighten up and give ourselves more support here. Straighten up, hold it. Let's try for another 10 breaths if you can, okay? Squeeze your legs together, point your feet, or you can flex them, it's up to you actually, or somewhere in between, Barbie feet. one teacher I know calls them, which is always makes me smile. Steady your breath. Make sure you're breathing nice and evenly. I know there's a little extra pressure on your chest here, so it's normal to breathe a little less deeply. Okay. You think you've got your 10 breaths in, gently with control. So I like to kind of shift my hips back away from me a little to lower my feet down gently to the floor overhead. If they don't come down fully to the floor, bend the knees and bring your knees towards your forehead. Don't look around. Just try and listen to the instructions rather than looking to the screen, okay? Just in case you hurt your neck. So if your feet have reached the floor overhead, you maybe see if you can stretch your arms out on the mat. And if you still feel balanced here, see if you can even bring one arm back to your feet, and then see if you can bring the other arm back to your feet. So just bringing your arms into different positions, shoulders into different positions. Maybe even hook your big toe. Gently release, and you can bring your arms back down beside you if you like. Roll gently with control. So use this as a core exercise to lower back down to your sacrum. And then if you've got room to do so, I don't think I'm going to have room myself, keep your legs straight and lower them also to the floor. Oh, mine have landed on the sofa, which is also very nice, but not what I'm going to do right now. So, scoot myself back up along the mat. Stretch my legs out. And because our shoulders are so hunched in, chest is hunched in on our shoulders down, we're just going to counteract that one with little fish pose. So if you want, you can wiggle your hands in under your buttocks, press down into your elbows and start lifting your chest away from the floor. And then continue that action. Keep pressing into the elbows, keep lifting the chest, and then let the head rise off the ground, and then drop the head back so that you land on the top of your head. You're still pressing very strongly into your arms. So it's like 80% weight on your arms, 20 or even less on your head. I mean, I can lift my head away from the ground quite happily. And keep your chest lifting through your shoulders back. Squeeze your shoulder blades down. Core strong. Protect that arching in your lower back. One more breath. And then on your inhale, lift your head back up, tuck your chin to your chest, and then lower your upper spine back down to the mat. Release your hands. And look, you found yourself in Shavasana. So let's just separate the legs. Open out the palms face up. Roll back your shoulders onto the mat. Relax your body. And we have a few minutes for Shavasana today. So I'll talk you through. And as always, I will leave you here to relax for as long as you can. And I encourage you to stay for a little bit longer, but I can stay, give you 5 minutes or so today. So let's work through the body, just focusing our mind on relaxing in each and every muscle. So starting with your toes. Just scrunch them in for a moment. Take a breath in and exhale. Relax them out, spread them out. Then I want you to draw your toes back towards your shins, so you're really deeply flexing your foot. And you feel your calf muscles stretching and tightening. You might feel your thighs stretching and tightening. And on your exhale there, I want you to let it go. Everything. Thighs rolling out from the hip. Knees rolling out. Feet rolling out. Just stop and watch your legs feeling really heavy and soft. So let them soften. Sometimes it really takes conscious effort to let go. Okay, tighten in your tummy muscles and tighten up your abdomen and press your lower back down into the ground. Squeeze and tighten. Take a deep breath in. And then on your exhale, I want you to soften. Let your natural arch come back into the lower back. Soften your belly. Just watch for a moment. Next, the fists. I want you to curl your fingers into fists, squeeze. And as you do, tighten up the arms. Lift your shoulders up to your ears, as I told you not to do all through the class. You're going to do it now. On your exhale, drop your arms back away from your ears. Release your fist and just let them unfold, unfurl like petals as the sun shines, opening up the sun. Imagine the warmth of the sun in your palms. Now we're going to do the same with our face. So we're going to scrunch up the cheeks, the lips, the nose, the forehead, the eyes, everything into a tight scrunch. Take another breath in. On your exhale, I want everything to soften as though it's melting back towards the floor. Jaw, chin, cheeks, forehead. And in the opposite way, we're going to open and stretch our mouths. So really open out your face. Stretch and hold for a moment. And exhale, let go. Muscles of your neck, relaxing. All the muscles of the scalp, the temples, around the ears, everything. You can believe what muscles are in your face that we don't get to exercise as much as we should, yet it's still tight and intense. You just soften. And taking one final scan through the whole body. Just see if there's anywhere else that you can soften a little bit more, let go a little bit more. Come to your breath. And imagine your body softening, sinking, melting a little bit more with each exhale. And then as I say, I'm welcoming you to stay here as long as you like. Here I will leave you. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.